So I took this bad boy out on my November hike up in the Appalachian Trail near the Connecticut border over in Poling and Wingdale. It was a 30-mile trip, 3 days. So I was basically wearing this pack for about, I'd say, a good 20 hours, if not maybe a little bit more. So I was able to really get to know this pack the time I was out there. So let's talk about the things that I liked. What I liked about it is the actual durability. I didn't think this thing was going to be as durable as it was because there was a major snowstorm in October, freak snowstorm, that hit the upper part of New York near the Appalachian Trail. It downed a lot of trees. Irene downed a lot of trees, the hurricane. So I was bushwhacking more than I wanted to. So I got hung up twice, really bad, on some thorn bushes and stuff. And I heard things you don't want to hear, especially with a Cuban fiber material. And I said to myself, oh, Christmas, that just can't be good. And you just keep on trekking and you hope for the best. And I took the pack off on a break and assessed the damage, and guess what? 0 damage. So that was one key thing that I was really impressed about. The durability with the Cuban fiber that he's using is very thick Cuban fiber to begin with. It's pretty abrasion resistant. That was a good thing. The weight obviously is fantastic. 10.5 ounces is for a backpack is pretty sick. Let's see here. I love the pockets. I wish the outside pockets were a little bit bigger, but you know what? It is what it is. You're just gonna have to deal with that. I like the shoulder pads. They're very comfortable. And I definitely like the hip pads. I think the hip pads are way better than the Ohm 1.0. The Ohm 2.0 obviously probably have a leg up because it's using the circuit hip belts for ULA. But for an ultralight backpack at 10.5 ounces, the hip belts and the padding on it, I was really impressed with. Pockets, clearly you know that I like these pockets. Let's see here. The ride. I was going to talk about how this pack rode, maybe in the area of things that I wasn't really keen on, but the first, I guess the first 5 miles, this pack was packed out with about 27 pounds worth of gear, food, water, everything. I would recommend that this pack would only be packed to a maximum of 25 pounds total pack weight, because the way this pack rides is more on your shoulders. It doesn't really have, there's not enough, I guess, slack for the shoulder straps to actually get it to ride on your hips as comfortably as you want. And I'm 5'4", so the fact that I got a medium pack and the straps didn't have enough slack to get it on my hips, well, it gives you a little thought as to how frugal he is with the straps themselves. But let's get on to the ride. The ride definitely gets onto your shoulders, a little more than it is on your hips. Because of that, with 27 pounds, the pack was pulling me back a little bit, and it was fatiguing my shoulders just a little bit. As soon as I ate and drank the water and ate the food and got the pack down to about 25 pounds, 24 pounds, which only took about 4 or 5 miles because, as you guys know, I'm a fat bastard and I like to eat a lot. The pack started riding like a dream. Also, after about 6 miles, and I was able to dial in the straps and dial in the hip belt as far as where I wanted the tightness and where I wanted it to ride on my body, I didn't realize it was on my back anymore. So it shows that Zpacks really knows what they're doing. It also shows that with ultralight gear, you're going to have an ultralight weight, which is a total pack weight of 25 pounds or less. So with that being said, I like the way it rode. In fact, I think it rode better than the Ohm. I would say maybe the rides are different, but I think my preferences, I kind of like the way this rides because the way it rides, it allows me to get to my pockets and my kilt, where the Ohm kind of puts everything on your hips, and sometimes it slides down and gets in the way of the pockets in my kilt. And that was a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest, trying to get the maps out and fighting the hip belts. With the Zpacks Blast, I gotta tell you, I had zero problems getting to my pockets, zero problems pulling out the maps if I wanted to see where I was and where I wanted to go. So I really, really enjoyed the way this thing rode after I got it down to an ultralight weight. Some things I disliked about the pack. The pocket, the shoulder strap pocket is great. The only thing I don't like about the shoulder strap pocket is the fact that with the 1 liter bottle, it was basically putting the bottle like right here in my face. And if you bring the pocket down lower, it rides underneath your armpit and it kind of points forward, and it just kind of defeats the purpose of having a pocket to hold the water. So I don't know, it was in my grill. There's no way around it. I could mod another strap on here, but that would add some additional weight. Does it really matter? Probably not. But yeah, when I went over some obstacles and I looked to my left where the pocket is, I did catch an eye jamming or two. So that's one annoying feature of the pack. Let's see other features of the pack that maybe probably annoyed me. That was pretty much it. I would say that the eye jammies were the main problem throughout the whole hike. With the pad integrated sleeves, I wish they were maybe an inch or two wider, which go down a little bit farther, because I'd have to pack my pad just right to get it all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. But my pad for my feet isn't very long and wide to begin with. So if these things were down maybe an inch or two more, which covered more of the area, putting it in here wouldn't be a problem, because it did pop out at the corners if I didn't pack it just right. Eventually I realized how I needed to fold it, and was able to pack it out correctly. But the initial honeymoon stage with the pack, that was a little bit of a pain in the ass. But that's about it. This is the Zpacks Blast 30 backpack. I like it a lot. I think it was worth the money. With all the features, I think it ran me about 230 bucks. That's including shipping and everything. That's off the top of my head. I know it was pricey. The initial price was like $170, but when you throw on some add-ons and stuff like that, adds the weight and it adds on to the price. So I enjoy it. I think it's cool. It was my first frameless pack, and I gotta say, overall I had a really, really good experience with it, to the point where I think I might stick with frameless packs, and I even may just stick with Zpacks, because that's how impressed I was with it. So hope you enjoyed, and see you guys on the trail. Peace, baby.
Watermonkey.net. Straight gangsta.